Okay. So dear students, in the offline classes, we were discussing the simplex method. As you know, there are two methods to solve the linear programming problems. One is graphical method, another one is a simplex method. In the graphical method, we have only two constraints. So you can see the problem model here. Maximize z is equal to 200x1 plus 300x2. STC means subject to constraints 3x1 plus 3x2 less than or equal to 36. 5x1 plus 2x2 less than or equal to 50. 2x1 plus 6x2 less than or equal to 60. And this x1 comma x2 is greater than 0. It is a non-negative restriction. This will appear in all the problems. So you have three equations in the constraints. So when you have three equations, it is by default that you have to go for the simplex method. If only two equations are there, then you can go with the graphical method. So if number of equations in the constraints are more than two, then we do not have any option. Obviously, we have to go for simplex method. It is little bit advancement to the graphical method. Graphical method is very easy. We will just assume x1 and x2 values as 0, and we will find out the coordinates. The same value we will locate in on the graph, and you will find out the feasible region. But here it is little bit advancement for the graphical. So as you have, we need to follow certain steps to solve the problem. The first one is what we have to convert the inequalities into equalities in the constraints, right? So what are the inequalities you see here? These equations are unequal equations because there is no equal symbol here. So 3x1 plus 3x2 less than or equal to 36. 5x1 plus 2x2 less than or equal to 50. 2x1 plus 6x2 less than or equal to 60. These three equations are known as unequal equations because you don't find equal symbol here. Now what you have to do? You have to convert these inequalities into equality. So same you are writing and you are giving equal symbol here in all the equations. At the same time, you are adding something that is known as S1, S2, S3. This is known as slack variable 1, slack variable 2, slack variable 3. So it means that, suppose observe this first equation, 3x plus 3x2 less than or equal to 36 means left side value is less than the right side value. If you want to equal this equation, you need to add something, isn't it? Isn't it, Mr. Abhishek?
Yes.
Yes, this we have already discussed. I am just giving you a brief history, right?
Yes, sir.
So we are adding something. What value we have to add that we do not know. That's why you are adding S1. So it will become equal. Likewise, slack variable 2, slack variable 3. So you have converted all these inequalities into equality. This is first step. Now in the second step, is it clear for everyone? First step, what we are doing in the simplex problem? Quickly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please. Good.
Yes, sir.
So step 2 is you need to find out the initial basic feasible solution. IBFS, in short form it is known as. So here what you have to do is you need to assume that x1 and x2 values are 0. You are assuming. So if you assume x1 and x2 as 0, substitute those values, what you will get if you substitute. So if you substitute the x1 as 0, x2 as 0 in the equation 1, so 3x1 means 3 into 0, 3x2 means 3 into 0, plus s1 is equal to 36. all these values will become 0, 0. So S1 is equal to 36. S2 is equal to 50. S3 is equal to 60. From equation 1, 2, and 3. As simple as that, you have to assume x1 and x2 values as 0. Then you will get S1 is equal to 36, S2 is equal to 50, S3 is equal to 60. This is initial basic feasible solution. Clear? In the steps 2, you are finding the initial basic feasible solution. Now, step 3, we need to write down the LPP in the standard form of simplex method. Okay. So again, you have to write down the problem. Maximize Z is equal to, max Z means maximize Z. Maximize Z is equal to 200x1 plus 300x2. That is there in the problem, right? Please write down the problem once again here. This problem is there now. You have to write the same problem, leave some space. We are adding something. Whatever we do, but the problem shape should not change. You cannot change the problem in between. So you are writing the given problem once again in the standard form. So same 200x1 plus 300x2 I have written, but I have added few elements. Plus 0s1 plus 0s2 plus 0s3. Why we are adding? Can anyone tell? Those students who are online, who are attending the classes in the offline mode. Anyone please explain why we have added this? Did you remember it? Saidi, can you answer? Saidi God. Sai Abhishek.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Why we are adding? Can you just explain me?
Okay, sir. 1 second, sir.
Okay. If you add these three terms also, will the equation will change? No, because 0 into S1 means 0 only. 0 into S2 means 0. 0 into S3 means 0. If you add 1000 terms also with multiplying with 0, then this equation will not change. It is remains same. So we are writing in the standard form means you have to add slack variables. Now, in the constraints also 3x1 plus 3x2 plus S1 is equal to 36. This is the equation we have here. Equation number 1 is 3x1 plus 3x2 plus S1 is equal to 36. Same equation we have written, plus I have also added S2, S3 because we are adding 3 slack variables here. So in every equation, you should have 3 slack variables. But from which value it is multiplying, that matters a lot. You should not put 1 here because if you put 1 S2, then the value will change. Put it as 0 only. 0 into S2 is 0. 0 into S3 is 0 only. So again, that is it. So this equation total shape is not changed. It remains the same. You might be seeing more terms, but the value and the equation is same. Or the original equation is same. Likewise, 5x1 plus 2x2 plus S2 is equal to 50. You have added 0s1 and 0s3. And likewise, 2x1 plus 6x2 plus S3. S3 is equal to 60. So S3 is equal to 60 means 0s1 plus 0s2, which is equal to 60. Where is this? So you can see, here, this is this one. So if you write the problem, this should come in a diagonal way like this. If 1s1, 1s2, 1s3 is coming, assume that your problem is correct. Otherwise, you have not written it in the same way. Okay. So this 0s1, 0s2, 0s3 is just something what you are doing. Now, likewise, you have to is it clear? Third step.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this x1, x2, s1, s2, s3 is greater than or equal to 0 means these variables should take the value which is more than 0 only. Okay. It should not be a negative value. A variable cannot be negative one. Negative things will not appear in the realistic world. So this is a non-negative restriction. It will come in all the problems that I already told you. Now in the step 4, what you have to do is you need to construct the basic simplex table. So what is the basic simplex table? Wait for a minute. Yeah. Now you need to remember the format of the simplex table. It will be very easy for the people who have attended the graphical method problem. Otherwise, you do not know what is this CJ, what is this solution, what is this basic variable, something different. But in that case, we need to come from the first. So first is CJ solution, same CJ BB. These 4 you need to remember on the north corner of the table. CJ solution. I have not written totally. SOL means solution. Basic variable and then CJ. CJ means contribution to the objective function. Objective function again here means it is, see, I will explain you. This is the problem, no? In this problem, where is this connotation? Yeah. Maximize z is equal to 200x1 plus 300x2. This equation is there, no? This is our objective function. Objective function means what you want to solve. This problem you want to solve. This will become objective function, your aim, your target. But to reach this target, to achieve this target, to solve this objective function, you have some limitations. This limitations is known as constraints. What is the constraint? Constraint number 1 is 3x1 plus 3x2 less than or equal to 36. 5x1 plus 2x2 less than or equal to 50. 2x1 plus 6x2 less than or equal to 60. These 3 are limitations. And this x1, x2 is a variable, no? That is decision variable. You must decide how much is x1 and how much is x2. That is decision variable. So in every problem, you find one objective function, constraints, and decision variables. I mean variable x1 and x2. If these 3 exist in a problem, that means the problem is correct. So likewise, here in the construction of the basic simplex table, you are writing the basic variable, contribution to the objective function, solution, CJ. So what are you have? You have x1, x2, s1, s2, s3. What is the contribution of x1 in the objective function? How much? 200 x1. So 200 you have to write. You are following, please. 200 is your value, right? So what is the contribution of x2 in the objective function is 300. 200 x1 plus 300 x2, no? So 300. What is the contribution of s1 in the objective function is 0. 0 s1. Similarly, what is the contribution of s2 in the objective function is 0. Again, s3 contribution is also 0. So 200, 300, 0, 0, 0. This is the contribution of different variables to the objective function. Now come back here. Here also the basic variable which you are seeing is 0, s1, s2, s3. So S1 you have introduced, no? You have introduced the slack variable 1, slack variable 2, slack variable 3. That is known as basic variable. You find out in the step 2, initial basic feasible solution. The solution of S1 is 36. The solution of S2 is 50. The solution of S3 is 60. This you have find out in the second step, finding initial basic feasible solution. So 36, 50, 60. Now this side, contribution of S1 to the objective function is 0, 0, 0. These three zeros and these three zeros are same. Vertical 3 zeros and horizontal 3 zeros are same. Cj values no same. Now write down the values of x1 and x2 in the constraints. So in the constraints you have 3x1 plus 3x2 plus 1x1 plus 0s2 plus 0s3, right? So 3x1, so 3 value here, 3x2 means same here, 3x1, 3x2, 1s1, same 5x1, 2x2, then 1s2, 2x1, 6, and then 1s3. Same values I have substituted here. So 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1 like that you have got it. Clear? Now up to this you can just substitute the value. Now you need to find out ZJ value. ZJ how it comes means here this note I have written. Yeah, wait for a minute. Yeah. So ZJ means like this you will get 0 into 36 plus 0 into 50 plus 0 into 60. How much you will get? 0 into 36 plus 0 into 50 plus 0 into 60. This arrow marks I have given 0 into 36 plus 0 into 50 plus 0 into 60. You add all these three values. How much you will get? How much you will get? Can anyone respond? 0 into 36 plus 0 into 50 plus 0 into 60.
0.
0, correct. Because 0
Zero,
into
sir.
36, 0 plus 0 plus 0. So ZJ is 0. Similarly, 0 into 3 plus 0 into 5 plus 0 into 2. How much?
0.
Yeah, 0 into 3, 0 into 5, 0 into 2. Like this, you have to find out the ZJ values. Again, this column. Next, 0 into 3, 0 into 2, 0 into 6. How much? How much?
0.
Yeah, again 0 into 1 plus 0 into 0, 0 into 0, 0. So everything 0, 0, 0, 0. By default, ZJ values will be 0. That you need to remember. But somehow you should be able to tell if someone asks you how you will get this ZJ value, then this is the formula. Okay? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Next, Cj minus Zj. So Cj value is 200 minus 0. Zj value is 0. 200 minus 0 is how much?
200.
Yeah. 300 minus 0 is how much?
300.
Yeah. 0 minus 0.
0.
Yeah. 0 minus 0, 0 minus 0. Totally you got 0, right? Okay. Correct. If anyone having doubt, please ask me. Yeah. Now, you have to select the maximum value from Cj minus Zj value. What is the maximum value? 300, right? Out of these 5 values, which value is maximum? Which value is maximum?
300.
300. So you have to select this 300. So you round off this particular column. This will become key column. Okay, key column or pivot column, whatever you call it as, vital column, which is important. So you need to round off like this. Okay. Now come back this side. We something have minimum ratio here. Minimum ratio is equal to solution by key column elements, key column value or element. In the first line, I mean in the first row, in this row, what is the solution? You are finding the minimum ratio. Solution is what? This is solution, 36. So 36 is here. What is key column value? This is a key column, no? So 3. 3 is key column value. So 36 by 3. How much? 36 by 3 is equal to 12.
12.
Yeah. Next, in the second row also, what is solution? Solution is 50. And what is the key column value? 2. So 50 by 2. 50 by 2 is 25. Now in the third row also, S3. What is the solution? 60. Key column value is 6. So 60 by 6. 60 here, 6 here. So 60 by 6 is 10. Now you have filled everything in the table. Now out of these three values, as the name is suggesting, you need to select the minimum value. Out of 12, 25 and 10, which is the minimum value? 12,
10.
25, 10. 10, yes, exactly, correct. This 10, you please round off this row. This will become key row. This is key row. And this is key column. So key column criteria is you have to select the maximum value from Cj minus Zj. And key row means you have to select the minimum value from the minimum ratio. The intersecting value is 6, right? So intersecting value is 6. So this will become key element. Okay. So likewise, we have to construct the basic simplex table. Fine. Guys, if anyone having doubt, please ask me right now only. This is already explained in the offline classes, but somehow I am debriefing it for your understanding because I cannot start in between. This table is already over. Isn't it, Mr. Sai Abhishek? Did we finish it or not?
Sir, we finished it.
Yeah, good. Hanu Pravalika, you are understanding it? Is there any difficulty?
No, sir, I understand.
Navya Lekha?
Yes.
So following it?
Somewhat,
Okay.
sir.
If you can able to talk, you can. Otherwise, just okay. Put a message, not a problem in the chat box.
Okay, sir.
So this is how we have to calculate the construct the basic simplex table. Now, since all the values of Cj minus Zj are not less than or equal to 0, Cj minus Zj values should be 0. If you get all the values 0 here, then you have obtained the solution. But here you have not obtained, only 3 zeros are there. 200, 300. So these two are not 0. So if you get zeros in this row, that means your problem is over. Now somehow we didn't get it. So since all the values of Cj minus Zj is not equal to 0, optimal solution is not obtained. There is no optimal solution. Still, we have not arrived at. So therefore, we need to develop the next simplex table in which S3 leaves the basis and X2 enters. That means in the next table, there is no S3. You will find X2 here. So in the next table, what happens, here the value which you get is X2. How means I'll tell you. You have to rotate this. This you have drawn now already. So you have to bring this. Bring means how? This you have to rotate. So 300 will come here X2. And this will go like this, no? This, so it will be sent out like this. So when you clockwise rotate it, so this S3 will go like that, and this X2 will come. So in which X2 enters the basis and S3 is leaving the basis. Got it? So in the next basic simplex table which you are constructing, X2 will not be there. S3 will. Okay. That's the meaning. So see here we got it. So what we got it? X2 we got it. There is no S3. Now we have to construct the table like this. This you already know: Cj, solution, basic variable, solution, X1, X2, S1, S2, S3. You have to draw this table like that. Now how we have got these values? That's a different one. There are certain nodes here. Let us see. Yeah. To develop the next simplex table, we have to follow the below stated rules. Divide all the key row values by key element. First. Divide all the key row values by key element. So key row means what? Let us go to that table. Divide all the key row values by key element. So this is key row, no? Key row is here. So 60 by 6 key element, no? 60 by 6, 2 by 6, 6 by 6. Got it? This is key row, guys. 60 by 6, 2 by 6, 6 by 6, like that. So if you see what values you got it already, 60 by 6 means 10, 2 by 6 means same 2 by 6 you can put it here. Now 1, 6 by 6 means 1, 0, 0, 1 by 6 means 1. So you got all these 5 values. Clear? These 5 values you got it. So divide all the key row values by key element. Key element is 6 and you are dividing it. So first you got this one only. And this X2 is 300, you know already. Right? Cj value this one. This is not solution, this is Cj. S2 is 0, you know. S1 is 0, you know. 200, 300, 0, 0, 0. You know it already. Because 200 X1, 300 X2. But these 5 values we calculated with the following formula. Next is what? The values corresponding to key value in the key column will become 0. So what is the key column values here? Six. The opposite value for 6 is 3, 2. These two will become 0. So 1 he got now already here. So opposite values is 0, 0, 0. These two are 0. Now next solution value, x1 value here, these 4 and these 6, 10 values we need to find out. For finding out the 10 values, we have a formula. New element is equal to original element minus corresponding key row value into corresponding key column value by key value. This you suppose we will take 1. Six, here 6 is there, no? So what is the original value? 36. 36. Original value is 36. 36 minus corresponding key row is 60. Corresponding key column is 3. 60 into 3 by 6. So 36 minus 60 into 3 by 6. 60 into 3 means 180. 180 by 6 means again 30. So 36 minus 30 is 6. Like that you got it. If you substitute the value. So what is the formula of original value? Original value is 36. Corresponding key row is 60. Corresponding key column is 3. So 60 into 3, 180. Key element is 6. So 180 by 6 means 30. 36 minus 30 means 6. This 6 you got it here. Where? Yeah. So likewise, you have to calculate all the values. Please do calculate, then you will understand. You can check it. These notes I have already shared with you. We will continue this from this table in the next class. Please do attend to the classes regularly, then you will understand. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.